Well gang, here I've got the Volkswagen book up. We have this tool. I don't have any of the others. But apparently you need this, and this, and this, and this, and this to install the camshaft. Gotta line them all up with this. I don't know what the hell that's going on about. And this little jigger, a little jig to make sure the cam's all lined up. Here's another one. Here's another one. That goes over the top of the cam and slots down like that sort of deal. I suggest you all do this whenever you pull stuff apart. Have a look at things and see where things line up. Now, when I had the belts on, as you can see, the head's on, half of it's back together. When I pulled this apart on top dead centre, the key was right at the very top, so I knew exactly where this camshaft had to go. And up in the back, in there you can see probably, where's our gears? There we go, you can see the, yes you can see the white down there, the white marks. Well, that's linked those sets of teeth together. I also noticed when I pulled it apart that there's a slot on the back of this cam, the inlet cam, that drives the vacuum pump, and it is horizontal. So this one's vertical, this one's horizontal, and when you look down here you'll see little notches. That's where the tool had to go, down in through there, the relief for the head bolts. But these all look vertical, so I'm running with that. I've bolted it all on. I've been around, I've turned it. As you can see, there's the tension is all perfect and right in line where it's supposed to be. I did this up tight, this fella, our questionable bolt, I did him up tight. I then went and got another bloke and said, "Yeah, put some weight on that, see how far you reckon, how tight you reckon that is till it moves." And he said, "Oh, that's tight." So I went and grabbed another bloke and I said, "Listen, have a feel of this, do you reckon that's tight?" He said, "Oh, it's bloody tight." So, that's tight. It's tight. These are tight. These are tight. It's all timed, everything's tight. I think I'll put the manifold on now. I can run some wires over the top. Not far to go, really. It may be finished for the end of the day. Probably not, because I do have other jobs to do. Well, it's nearly done. It's got the serpentine belt to go on it yet, and something else. I'll find out where that goes to, I suppose. Otherwise, looks like it's all there. I may... What do you think? Should we crank it, see what happens? What's the worst case? It doesn't go? Let's just find out. Oh yeah, it might be flat. I think that battery might be flat. I think that battery might be flat. Yeah. There's a good indicator that she's flat. We'll hook a battery up to it and I'll give it a crank over. Okay, we'll try again. Let's hope she makes a nice noise. I think our battery might be a little bit... By the smoke that's coming off that terminal, that might be a bad connection. Yeah? No, I think we'll put her on the charge. I think we'll save the dramas and we'll put her on the charge. So fire him up tomorrow, boys.